My mother-in-law wanted my husband's ex to be his wife and even invited her to have dinner with us. So I got my revenge. Before continuing the story, let us know in the comments which city you're watching from. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you won't miss more stories, and leave your like on the video. I should have known something was wrong the first time my mother-in-law invited my husband's ex-girlfriend to our engagement party. Not as a guest, mind you, but as a co-host. At the time, I thought maybe she was just one of those overly inclusive people who couldn't bear to hurt anyone's feelings. You know the type. The ones who invite their dentist to family gatherings and insist the mailman stay for dinner. My husband assured me it was nothing, that his mother just had trouble letting people go. He said it with such conviction that I believed him. I wanted to believe him. We'd been dating for 2 years, and I loved him. So I convinced myself this was just a quirky family thing. Some families are loud, some are quiet, and apparently his family kept ex-girlfriends around like houseplants. I married him anyway, despite that glaring red flag waving directly in my face, practically slapping me with its bright red fabric. The engagement party itself should have been my wake-up call. The ex stood at the entrance greeting guests alongside my mother-in-law, like they were hosting a charity gala together. She wore a dress remarkably similar to mine. Same shade of blue, same style, which my mother-in-law later claimed was just a funny coincidence. The ex knew details about the party that I hadn't even known, like what hors d'oeuvres were being served, and what time the photographer would arrive. When I asked my husband about it, he shrugged and said his mother probably just needed help with planning. Help. From his ex-girlfriend. For our engagement party. The logic was so backwards it gave me whiplash. The ex's name kept coming up in conversation at family dinners, casual mentions at first. Oh, she used to make this dish for us. Or, she always knew how to arrange flowers so beautifully. Innocent enough, right? Wrong. So very wrong. Within the first 6 months of our marriage, I realized my mother-in-law had never actually moved on from her son's previous relationship. She spoke about the ex like she was a daughter who had tragically died in some beautiful, poetic way, not a girlfriend who had broken up with her son over 5 years ago because, from what I'd gathered, they simply weren't compatible long-term. I tried talking to my husband about it during those early months, but he'd look at me with confused eyes and say he hadn't noticed. His mother mentioned his ex constantly, and he genuinely didn't see it as a problem. I started to realize this had been normalized for him his entire life. The dinner invitations started around month 7 of our marriage. Surprise dinners where the ex just happened to be there too. My mother-in-law would act shocked, claiming she'd completely forgotten she'd invited both of us. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, I completely spaced, but you're both here now? So let's just make the best of it. My husband would squeeze my hand under the table but never actually confronted his mother about the pattern. The comparisons began subtly. She used to fold the